Just took a picture with the Insta360. God, that is a beautiful view right there with the clouds and the field. Pretty amazing looking. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to ride back that way and go over to Hawkins Creamery. That's really pretty. The temperature out here is, I mean, it's like perfect. It feels like it's like maybe 80, 85, not real hot. It's just, I mean, it's like a 10 when it comes to temperature wise. And it just being warm. Look at those Orioles. Pretty. Yeah, I think I need to do country ride. Because if I go back that way, that's going to take me into Clarksburg. And that's more, suburbia and whatnot. So we're going to go that way. Go back towards the town. That's kind of how I like to go. But we take the roundabout way to get back to town. I really like riding out here during the week, especially when it's real nice like this. It's real peaceful. There's like not a lot of vehicles, It's always just a really nice ride, riding out here during the week. So this is, it's called Whitetails Farm. And so they had like this sunflower festival this past Saturday. And you could go down there, they had live music and entertainment, and you could go pick the sunflowers. After that, I'm not really sure how it operates, whether it's like something you can go in there and just get in touch with whoever and go in there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll include that in the video information if there is any additional information as far as that goes. So this is really this is pretty back here. Got some old farms back up in here and some old houses. This is like, what you would say, definitely what northern Montgomery County in Maryland is like. Lots of just beautiful farmland. You got your breweries out here, you got your wineries. It's just a really good, beautiful area in Maryland, and that's in my opinion. I mean, of course, I grew up in Montgomery County. I guess you could say I'm a little biased, but I've lived up here in Damascus for 12 years or 10 years now, and It's a beautiful area. It really is just absolutely beautiful, especially if you have one of these things. So anyways, I think this is a really old road back here. There's some old farms along here. I mean, the farms don't look that old anymore, but there used to be some old structures. So like here's one here on the right. And these are all old houses, you know. It's probably like almost looks like an old house in a barn. So I know this area goes back to like the mid 1800s. So I might go back further than that because, you know, like Maryland and the East Coast, you know, there were settlers here pretty early. I've never ridden down this road. I've been trying to explore like west of my house of late because I've done a lot of exploring east, but I haven't done much going west, and there's a lot more farmland and country roads if you go west. If you go east, there's still a fair amount, but there's also like little, you know, four corner kind of like shops, beer stores, gas stations, the beer breweries if you go east. But here you have a lot more homes and actual farms. Oh, stop sign. Not paying attention. Alright. Go down the hill. Used to be a real old house down here. I think it probably finally collapsed. It used to be back in there, or am I thinking to the left? I think it was actually to the left. You can kind of see it, there's like all that built up dirt back there. I think that's where the house was. And these houses are, they don't look that old, but I was thinking 70s, probably 1970s. So this is just a cut-through road that you know, this path I'm taking, I just like to take it because it's just, even though it's pretty close to my house, you know, it's just something about you really feel like when you ride down this road that you're, you know, out in the country, out in the middle of nowhere. There's something about it. This is pretty out here. It's very peaceful, you know. I think that's, you know, part of the thing about me being out here just riding around, even if it's just around the neighborhood and whatnot, just coming out here and stopping and listening and looking. You know, don't get me wrong, I dig going on those big group rides and whatnot in the city. If it wasn't such a pain in the butt to get my bike down there, even though I have a carrier and everything, it's still a pain in the butt. But there's something about being out here riding around. It's just does something to the soul, especially when you're out here and you look around and just, you can't help but be in amazement at nature and how beautiful it is. And that's what I like about this bike, you know, I can just go out, ride around, and just experience things that you don't really get in a car. You'd be able to if you're walking, but I don't know if I'd want to be walking down this road. You could. You'd have to really kind of keep your eyes in the back of your head, but at least with this, you know, I can stop, you know, at a good spot and just, you know, look at the environment and how pretty it is. And it's pretty cool seeing the, hopefully you can see the vultures in the camera. But we got some vultures, turkey vultures. It's the nature's vacuum cleaner. They may look ugly, but they serve a very important part in our ecosystem. But that's pretty cool. I mean, you're looking up there, God, they must be a couple of 100 feet, if not 1,000 feet up in the sky. Just gliding on the wind. It's pretty cool. It's like, I mean, I just can't stress enough how, you know, how much fun these kind of things are. Even if you know, if you have a motorcycle, you have a motorcycle license, same thing. You can go out and do this stuff and just stop alongside the road and just look at your surroundings. Let's move on, see what else we can see here. I wasn't sure what the weather was like. I was cooped up down in the basement doing some edits. And I was like, I need to check the weather. Looked at the weather, said 24% chance of rain. Tomorrow's supposed to be even nicer. Like, you know what? Time to go out and ride. Water, no! I always kind of enjoy riding on the west side of Damascus more than the east side, because the west side seems to have more roads like this, than the east side. The east side seems like it has a lot more roads that there's heavier traffic and they drive faster. Of course, these country roads can be kind of sketchy sometimes too, but I like the idea of not having to be flying down the road and chewing up my battery. Although it's more hilly over on the west side. That's the only thing. On the east side, it's not as hilly. The west side is definitely more hilly. What I need to do is create like one of those ride maps and share it. I think more people need to ride their bikes out around here. It's an amazing area to ride an e-bike. It really is. We're going up Hawkins Creamery now, back into main Damascus. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't need a motorcycle license either. Yeah. Yeah, I can get it up to about 45. Yeah. The battery, I have 2 batteries on it, takes me about 30 miles. Yeah, I ride a lot around the area. It's just a wonderful area to ride around. Yeah. I highly recommend it. This is one I built.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it cost me about $2 grand altogether to put together. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I'm 60 years old, man. You know, get out if you like being out. Dude, you can get them pretty cheap, and they're a lot of fun to ride. See you, bud. It's always good when you get people to roll up to you. You know? It's always a lot of fun.
'Cause I fell under that spell, and the fireflies in the sky spelled my name in lies, all the hope I just can't see, while I'm hurting and bleeding. But the help is on its way, way too late. I will survive. I will find a lifeline. I will survive. And you'll beg yourself to see me one more time. In the days that I can't see the forest for the trees, in the hours I spend alone, searching for my home, all the hungry nights awake, where my tears are all I taste, and the help is on its way, way too late.